Alright, so here we are, our first drive in AMS2. We're in the Toyota Corolla stock car, Brazil edition. Yeah, this is our first time driving in this track and this car. So we'll just see how this goes. I made a little changes in regards to like some of the settings to make the game recognize the CSLDD and my pedals. It was a little confusing at first, but it really wasn't that tough. But see how it goes. I've heard a lot of good things about this video game. I'm sorry, video game about this simulator from people like Formula Otaku, as well as other people online. But I heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm expecting. My expectations are pretty high for this game, so let's just see how it goes. Okay. Already, I can tell you, just coming out of the pit lane, force feedback feels pretty good. I do know that this car is heavy on iRacing, but it feels even heavier on here. It feels good so far. Okay. You can always tell how a game feels on the first braking zone. No, the first braking zone felt really good. Okay. I'm liking it. Not too tough to control. It still feels realistic at the same time. I know I'm going to have to make a couple changes to the force feedback settings. It's a little, well, it's not too strong. It's just probably just right. Just have to get used to it. But then again, I also don't drive this type of car all the time. I usually only drive GT cars, GT3 cars. Got my buttons mapped out already. Yo, I like this. I like this. It's like, it's very similar to Assetto Corsa, I'll tell you that much. It's very similar to Assetto Corsa. I like the way it feels, I like the way it handles. But then again, that's just this car now. So, I can't say for all cars, so we're going to test out a few cars and see how they are, but overall, yeah. I don't think this would be too hard to get used to at all. All right, so first impressions, I like AMS2. It felt very responsive. It didn't feel like it would take like a whole day or like well, actually, I shouldn't say that. It didn't feel like it was going to take like a whole week to get used to it. It seemed like a game you can have a lot of fun, but still face that challenging factor at the same time. So, what I like to grade games on now is how challenging it is versus how fun you're going to have with it, right? Like a game like ACC, it's very challenging. It takes you a lot of time to get used to it. In iRacing, it could take a lot of time to get used to it, but I don't feel like it's just as challenging as ACC is. I feel like AMS2 is right in the middle between iRacing and ACC, but it leans more towards the ACC side of the game. That's just off of first glance. Now, let's jump into another car and track combo. We're gonna stay at Spielberg Red Bull Ring, but we're gonna try to jump into something with open wheels. All right, here we are in our ultimate wheel. I'm sorry, open wheel car at AMS2. The first test we did was in the Toyota Corolla stock car, Brazil edition, at Red Bull. Now we're in an open wheel. It's a 2019 Formula Ultimate. Not sure what that is. I'm not sure if it's the equivalent to like a Super Formula cars from Japan, but we're gonna see. Let's see how open wheel car drives. I will say, overall, man, I'm very excited about this game, especially due to the career series and all that. I'm very excited about it. Wow, braking power is pretty high. This feels good. Very reminiscent of F122. A little easier to drive though. This is just this car, so I know there are multiple ones to test out. It's pretty fun to drive. I know I do have traction control on, but I don't think it's that high. See if we can beat that. I gotta say DRS. I have no idea what that is. I haven't mapped the DRS button yet, so. That's a fun drive. Let's try to make sure that I don't have too much traction control on. Braking assist, no braking assist, no steering assist, gearing's manual, driver assist allowed, full. Stability control. Oh, traction control is on high. All right, let's try it on low. I mean, cause I do drive with traction control on like GT cars, so I guess it really wouldn't make too much of a difference to me, right? Let's just try it on low though. Alright, traction control is now on low. Once we found that out, we changed it. Let's see how it drives with that change. Not that tough to drive. Even the traction control is very manageable. Yeah, not that tough to rail in, you know. Okay, this time let's try a GT car. Let's try to find a GT car, and let's give that a try because you know that's my favorite. You know, it's my favorite category to drive, which is GT cars. We're gonna drive the BMW, the AMG, McLaren, Nissan GTR. Of course not. We are gonna drive the BMW. Oh. Okay. Gotta get used to it. Oh! Get used to this car a little bit. Okay. So I will say this, first impression, I do not like how the GT3 cars drive. Or maybe just this car. It feels weird. I will say that. It feels a lot weirder than ACC. Even iRacing for that matter, it feels a lot different. I mean, it's a different game, but I just don't like the way it feels. Open wheel, the stock car felt great, but I don't like the way this car feels. At Red Bull, we're going to see if this is different handling than the BMW and see if I like it more. Okay. It's a possibility it may have just been the car. Maybe I just don't like the way the BMW handles. Okay, this feels a lot better. It must have just been the car that I didn't like, and not the actual GT3 class. Yeah, clearly it was the car. This doesn't feel as good as ACC. It's a little bit more in line with iRacing. It sounds better than iRacing, but it doesn't sound as good as ACC. So I put this neck and neck to me with iRacing when it comes to drivability. Force feedback is way better than iRacing. All right, here we go. Our first race on AMS2. We're in the Toyota Corolla stock car here at Red Bull Ring. We got Rubens Barrichello on pole, and we are in last place. So let's see how many positions we can move up and see where we can end this race. Let's see how it goes. Okay, got a good start. On our left, one on our left. See if we can go around. He's not allowing me to. Tapped him a little bit. All right, we moved up one position. That's it. That's it. I feel like we moved up more, but we moved up one position. We got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. All right, made that. Oh. Okay. These guys like to force the issue, don't they? They like ride real close to you. Let that go, let that go. Made. Oh. Okay, P9, P9. So far, I do like the wheel-to-wheel battling. The visuals, it looks really good. Flames coming out the side of the car. It's somewhat similar to ACC. I do feel it is a lot more immersive than iRacing. Once you come over there. So overall, it's more immersive than iRacing. It is not as immersive as ACC, but it's leaning more towards ACC. Oh! Oh no! Did I touch him? Yeah, I'm sorry. Fight me after the race. We are now in PA. Okay. Got 11 minutes left in this 15-minute race. Not only do I want to get P1, but I want to get purple. I can already tell you now, I will be doing a championship career with this class. I like the way these cars drive. I did not like the way they drove on iRacing, but I like them on AMS2. Ooh! Oh, overtook 3 people and couldn't stick it. Left. It's okay, I'll get that back. All right, P5. Track limits. Okay, we're at P5. And they're all in front of me. They're all close. Got 9 minutes left. Whoops. Okay, we got teammates in front of us. See if they're gonna battle too much. See if they're gonna work together. But we don't have a teammate, so everybody's food for me. Man, they break really early. Yeah, I know. Like I said, talk to me about it after the race. Oh, he's really forcing that issue. I'm gonna have to get away from him. Oh, he won't let me turn. Yo, the racing on this game is pretty fun, even against computer. Against the computer is pretty fun. All right, 7 minutes left. We can round that up to 8 minutes. We're in P4. Our goal is to get to P1. Definitely make that happen. Man, they break so early. Oh no! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Can we get up? Oh! No! Let's not lose the podium. Let's not lose the podium. It's coming. That's okay. We can let that slide. We can let that slide. All right. Track limits warning. We got 3 more left. We're gonna get those. Oh, we can't. All right. Let's drive less sloppy. Less sloppy. Wish somebody would give Rumens Barrichello team orders for me to pass. Good driving. They're gonna brake really early here. Thought they would. All right. Really close. Just by the time we got 4 minutes left, we don't have to make any drastic moves yet, but they're gonna brake really early here. They swing it out wide, which I understand why. Give me this. He's gonna brake really early. Man, they brake really early. There we go, P1. There we have it. Rubens Barrichello, don't pass me. They gave you team orders. Ross Braun was like, give the position up. See if we can get purple, because I have no idea if I have purple or not. It's just we don't have anybody to battle with. All right, 1 minute left. So I'm assuming one more lap left. Man, but I will tell you this, man. I like this game a lot. It's really good because, and I'm pretty sure a lot of sim racers talk about it, but when you do one title all the time, I'm not gonna say it gets boring, but sometimes you need that variety to keep your interest peaked in sim racing. This is very fun. I would probably use this primarily for career racing, you know, because I just like the way it drives. You know, it's like, to be honest with you, I'll say this much. It's kind of like if Gran Turismo was a real sim. This is what it would look like, except the graphics would be a lot better. Because overall, Gran Turismo has the best graphics in regards to a racing game. Alright, this has to be last lap. Man, we sure have pulled away. We have pulled away from Rubens Barrichello, one of the fastest Ferrari drivers. But no team orders we pulled away from him. See if we can get purple. Uh-oh. Good race. Alright, so I've been thinking of a way to explain it, but so I recorded everything that you see on this video prior to what I'm saying right now. And I've been thinking about a way to explain it, but AMS2 is like Gran Turismo stopped playing around. They used their graphics, they talked to the people at ACC, and they created a game that was better than iRacing, but not as good as ACC. So it's like the perfect blend of good graphics with good physics in regards to driving. Now, here's one thing to take into consideration when I say that. I haven't driven GT7. I still haven't bought the game because I don't want to buy GT7 for my PS4. I want to get a PS5 before I buy that. So, of course, my opinion might be kind of like slumped in regards to me just like using all my knowledge of how Gran Turismo has been over the years, right? So maybe that's not fair. But off the top of my head, that's just the best way to put it. I do feel like it's way more immersive than iRacing. I don't feel like it's as immersive as ACC, but I do feel the wheel-to-wheel action is better in this game than it is in iRacing, but not as good as in ACC. Um, I have not tried the online feature, but from what I know, the online feature is probably going to be subpar when it comes to iRacing, because ACC is subpar when it comes to iRacing, because iRacing is godlike when it comes to multiplayer racing, so you can't really beat that. Um, the car selection is crazy on AMS2. Like the amount of like series that you can like race, from GT1 to 80s German cars, DTM cars, um, to P1s to GT3 cars, to Brazilian stock cars, to Brazilian short Camaros, to Brazilian Formula cars, to the BMW series, to the there's just so many series on there. Like there's so many classes of cars to where you can create your own series. It's just it's pretty cool. It just gives you the immersion of being in motorsports in different eras, and I like that. And honest and here understand this. I'm speaking of just from downloading the game and not downloading any other packs. You're just running the game itself, like no packs, nothing. That's what I'm speaking of. I feel like it's that bringing you into the essence of all these different eras of cars, and that's just downloading the game. Period. Like there's no download packs, none of that stuff. So automatically, I'm talking from a limited view, and I'm still like, man, this game is mind blowing. Um, I feel like, for me, for instance, my sole simulation game now is ACC because I use ACC to get better when it comes to GT3 racing. So people that know me know I transferred over from iRacing to ACC. Yeah, transferred over to iRacing from ACC, but it's a great game. Overall, though, I like this game. AMS2, it's a definite buy. If you spend all your time on one ACC, like on ACC or iRacing, and sometimes you need a break and try to mix it up and do something else, perfect game to try. I give AMS2. If we was gonna rate this out of 5 stars, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I give this thing a 4.6. It's a great game. A great game. Spend your money on it, buy it, play it, have fun.